Jennifer Aniston appeared to have everything most people dream of. She overcame a difficult childhood, became one of Hollywood's biggest stars, and built a career admired around the world. When she married Brad Pitt, many believed they were the perfect couple. Their relationship seemed flawless, and Jennifer genuinely felt she had finally found the happiness and security she had searched for her entire life. For years, they represented Hollywood's golden couple. Jennifer once shared that no matter what happened during the day, Brad would always come home to her. She believed she had found the family and stability she had longed for since childhood. Then everything changed. Almost overnight, headlines around the world focused on Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie. Jennifer suddenly found herself at the center of one of the biggest celebrity stories of the decade. While the public watched the drama unfold, she was left dealing with heartbreak, disappointment, and painful questions about her future. For a long time, Jennifer chose not to respond publicly. She continued working, smiling for cameras, and moving forward with her life. Yet behind that calm exterior was a woman carrying emotional wounds that stretched back much further than her marriage. To understand her journey, it is necessary to look at where it all began. Jennifer was born in 1969 and raised in Sherman Oaks, California. Her father, John Aniston, was a successful television actor, while her mother, Nancy Dow, worked as an actress and model. From the outside, they looked like a successful family. Inside the home, however, life was far more complicated. Her parents argued often, creating an atmosphere of tension and uncertainty. When Jennifer was 9 years old, her parents divorced. The experience left a lasting mark on her. One day, she returned home from a friend's birthday party only to learn that her father would no longer be living with them. There was no long explanation and no emotional farewell. To a child, it felt as if someone important had suddenly disappeared from her world. Years later, Jennifer admitted that this period was one of the most painful experiences of her life. The feeling of abandonment followed her into adulthood and shaped many of her relationships. Life after the divorce was difficult. Jennifer and her mother struggled through emotional and financial challenges, and their relationship became increasingly strained. Jennifer often felt criticized rather than supported. Her mother frequently commented on her appearance, pointing out flaws and making remarks that affected her confidence. Over time, Jennifer began to doubt herself and question her worth. School offered little comfort. She often felt like she did not belong and struggled with insecurity. As the years passed, she carried a growing belief that she was somehow not good enough. Everything began to change when she discovered acting. On stage, Jennifer found an escape from the fears and doubts that had followed her throughout childhood. Acting gave her confidence and allowed her to express emotions she often kept hidden. For the first time, she felt noticed for something positive. After graduating from New York City's Fiorello H. LaGuardia High School of Music and Art and Performing Arts, she committed herself to pursuing an acting career. The journey was far from easy. She attended countless auditions but rarely received major opportunities. To support herself, she worked a variety of jobs, including waitressing, telemarketing, and other temporary work. Despite her determination, success remained out of reach for years. Throughout the late 1980s and early 1990s, Jennifer appeared in several small television and film roles. Most projects failed to gain attention, and many shows were canceled quickly. Rejection became a regular part of her life. There were moments when she questioned whether her dream would ever become reality. Then everything changed in 1994. Jennifer was cast as Rachel Green in a new television sitcom called Friends. What seemed like another acting job soon became one of the most significant opportunities in television history. Rachel Green quickly became a cultural phenomenon. Audiences connected with her humor, charm, and personality. Jennifer became famous around the world, and her hairstyle, fashion choices, and character became trends copied by millions. As Friends grew into a global success, Jennifer's life transformed completely. She went from struggling actress to international star. The role earned her major awards and recognition while turning her into one of Hollywood's most recognizable faces. Yet fame brought challenges of its own. The public viewed Jennifer as America's sweetheart. While the title sounded flattering, it came with constant pressure. Every decision she made became news. Every appearance was analyzed. People expected her to remain perfect at all times. Behind the success, however, Jennifer was still carrying many of the insecurities she had developed during childhood. No amount of fame could completely erase those wounds. During the height of her success, she met Brad Pitt. Their relationship quickly attracted attention, and many people viewed them as the ideal Hollywood couple. They seemed genuinely happy together and often appeared relaxed despite the constant media attention surrounding them. By the late 1990s, their relationship had become serious. Jennifer felt that Brad offered the stability and affection she had always wanted. In him, she believed she had found someone who could help heal the fears she had carried since childhood. In 1999, Brad proposed, and in July 2000 they were married in a lavish ceremony in Malibu. The wedding attracted enormous attention and was described as one of Hollywood's biggest celebrations. For a time, life appeared perfect. Jennifer believed she had finally built the family she always wanted. She spoke openly about wanting children and looked forward to the future she imagined with Brad. But beneath the surface, problems were beginning to emerge. By 2004, Brad Pitt had been cast in Mr. and Mrs. Smith alongside Angelina Jolie. As filming continued, rumors about their growing connection began circulating throughout Hollywood. At first, they were dismissed as ordinary gossip, but the speculation continued to grow. Jennifer found herself watching changes in her marriage while the entire world watched from a distance. Reports and rumors appeared constantly, creating pressure that made an already difficult situation even harder. In January 2005, Jennifer and Brad announced their separation. For the public, it became one of Hollywood's biggest stories. For Jennifer, it was a deeply personal heartbreak. The divorce reopened emotions she had carried since childhood. Once again, she was forced to face feelings of loss and abandonment. The difference now was that millions of people were watching every step she took. Soon after the separation, Brad and Angelina's relationship became public. Media outlets focused heavily on their new romance, often portraying it as a love story, while Jennifer was left facing endless questions about what had gone wrong. The attention was relentless. Magazines, television programs, and websites analyzed every detail of her personal life. Speculation surrounded everything from her future relationships to her plans for motherhood. What made the situation even more painful was the public narrative that developed around her. Many people assumed they knew the reasons behind the divorce, despite having no real understanding of what had happened behind closed doors. Jennifer later admitted that the period was one of the most difficult times in her life. Every day seemed to bring new headlines and fresh speculation. While she tried to move forward privately, the world continued discussing her pain as entertainment. Despite the pressure, she refused to engage in public battles. Rather than attacking anyone or fueling further controversy, she focused on her work and personal recovery. Many admired her composure, but remaining calm did not mean she was unaffected. Behind the scenes, she was processing the end of a marriage she had believed would last forever. As the years passed, Jennifer worked hard to rebuild her life. Acting became both a professional focus and a personal refuge. She continued starring in successful films and gradually expanded her career beyond television. Movies such as Bruce Almighty, The Breakup, Marley and Me, Horrible Bosses, and We're the Millers helped establish her as one of Hollywood's most successful comedy actresses. Audiences continued supporting her, and her popularity remained strong. Yet success could not completely erase loneliness. Following her divorce, Jennifer entered a relationship with Vince Vaughn, whom she met while filming The Breakup. At a time when she was recovering emotionally, Vince brought laughter and comfort into her life. The relationship offered a welcome change from the intense scrutiny surrounding her previous marriage. Jennifer later suggested that Vince helped her through a difficult period and reminded her how to enjoy life again. However, their relationship eventually ended. While there was no major scandal, the pressures of fame and different life paths made it difficult for them to build a lasting future together. Afterward, Jennifer became involved with musician John Mayer. Their relationship attracted significant media attention and was often described as passionate but complicated. They separated, reunited and separated again, creating a cycle that proved emotionally exhausting. Both seemed to care deeply for one another, yet maintaining a stable relationship became increasingly difficult. By 2009, the relationship had ended for good. Once again, Jennifer found herself facing disappointment in her personal life. Despite her success, finding lasting happiness in love continued to prove challenging. Then, in 2011, she met actor and screenwriter Justin Theroux. Unlike many of her previous relationships, this one developed quietly. Justin was private, creative, and largely uninterested in the constant spotlight that surrounded celebrity culture. Friends close to Jennifer noticed a difference. She appeared more relaxed and comfortable. For the first time in years, she seemed genuinely at peace. Their relationship progressed steadily, and in 2015 they married in a private ceremony surrounded by close friends and family. The wedding reflected the kind of life Jennifer increasingly preferred, less focused on publicity and more focused on personal happiness. For a while, it seemed she had finally found the stability she had been searching for. But relationships do not always end because of betrayal or scandal. Sometimes two people simply grow in different directions. In early 2018, Jennifer and Justin announced their separation. The statement was respectful and free of controversy. There were no public accusations and no dramatic headlines beyond the inevitable media attention. Yet the ending was painful nonetheless. Behind the scenes, Jennifer was dealing with another deeply personal struggle that the public knew little about. For years, she had faced constant questions about motherhood. Reporters repeatedly asked why she did not have children, and tabloids regularly published pregnancy rumors based on nothing more than photographs. What most people did not know was that Jennifer had spent years trying to become a mother. She later revealed that she underwent IVF treatments and explored numerous options in hopes of starting a family. The process involved emotional highs and lows, moments of hope followed by disappointment, and years of private struggle. While the public speculated endlessly, Jennifer was dealing with an intensely personal journey that few understood. In a later interview, she spoke openly about those experiences for the first time. She explained that she had done everything she could to become pregnant but ultimately was unable to have children. Her honesty resonated with many people because it revealed a side of her life that had remained hidden behind celebrity headlines for decades. For years, the world had assumed it knew her story. In reality, much of her pain had remained private. By sharing her experience, Jennifer challenged many of the assumptions people had made about her life and choices. The revelation also helped explain why certain headlines had been so hurtful. What many viewed as harmless speculation had often touched on one of the most difficult challenges she had ever faced.